Hey, welcome back to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, 4 crazy rescue dogs and a rescue cat who likes to craft in her spare time. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message, it boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and I could use that. And if you're a returning friend, you already know the crazy you're in for, grab your drink and sit on back. So, we have a couple rules here at Don't Run with Scissors. One of those is we never comment on the amount of dishes in the background. I have officially joined, for those of you who don't, I guess you would be on YouTube. If you're not on TikTok or Instagram, which would be, I think Instagram would be weird if people were on YouTube and not on Instagram. I'm part of the We Do Not Care Club that was started by a lovely lady who discusses menopause and perimenopause. Now, I am postmenopause, I think, at this point. But I don't care about a lot of things anymore. And maybe mine isn't the menopause related. Maybe mine is just I'm exhausted about work and life. But there are just some things I don't care about. And whether or not there's dishes in my sink anymore, I don't care. The other thing is we don't judge your backgrounds, your backs in this group. Nope, we don't care. We don't care what your back looks like. People who look at your back, I don't know why they do that. I don't know. It's not us. We do not care. Nope. We do not care if you ever have a finish. We don't care in this group on this channel if you have 1,000 whips. We don't care on the other side if you only have 1 whip. We do not care. No, we don't. We do not care. We don't care. We do not care if you only use DMC floss and not specialty floss. We do not care. This is an expensive hobby if you let it be. So we do not care. We will not judge you for that. So we may continue this little We Do Not Care episode or segment of our show for the rest of eternity, because I'm sure there's a lot more that we do not care about as fellow cross-stitchers. So there you have it. So it's July 6th. It's my baby brother's birthday, and I actually texted with him just slightly this morning. And I am asking for all of the good juju. He is going through something, and as I want to say it's sad, and in some ways it is, okay? In some ways it is, because I know my brother is hurting. And while I do not have due to circumstances with his wife, we are not as close like we used to be. I am praying that this situation, if he allows it to, will help bridge that gap and bring us back to being good friends. And so yeah, so if you could send the good juju that whatever is supposed to be happens. So yeah, it's storming. My dogs got out. I took 3 of the 4 dogs with Bean to go get their nails done. And then it started storming, and the front door blew open, and Oreo, my deaf dog, and Nigel, my little Chihuahua Min Pin mix, who's a terror, got out and decided to go visit the neighbors. So as it started to downpour, Bean and I went and got the 2 terrors. Now, thank God the irony is they ran over to the yard that's in between our house and the neighbor's yard, and the neighbor caught them, so they kind of stopped in their tracks, which is funny, and then they both pooped. So I don't know if they were running for freedom or when they got caught, or if they were just needing to go to the bathroom and we found them. I don't know. Criminal minds want to know. I don't know. I have been watching Suits on Netflix, and I had been saying I need a Donna. I'm now to the point where I'm not sure I need a Donna. I might need a Gretchen. I might need a Gretchen. We'll see. That tells you where I am in this show. So yeah, so lots of moving parts. We have court in the morning. The boy went to Pittsburgh for his convention. Didn't realize he was renting a shared Airbnb. He thought he was supposed to be the only person there. He was not. It went south real fast with them, with the people who showed up, to the point where they stole his wallet, so he had no ID. He flew. My son doesn't drive yet, remember? So we spent most of yesterday trying to figure out, and remember, Elmo's still down. I'm driving Linda. Linda doesn't have AC. It was 94 here today. So, and the heat just sucks the life right out of me. Like with my conditions, it doesn't play. Any extreme temperatures, I don't play well with them. And maybe that's the menopause. I don't know, but it sucks. So he caught a ride back. That friend, they haven't even left. It's 5:30 at night. It's a 5.5 hour drive from my house to there, if you don't stop at all. But they're driving up to Flint, which is about a 40-minute drive north. I have court in the morning, so I'm getting a little anxious. So fingers crossed that they leave real soon, and they the wings of an angel carry them here fast. Because I'm very grateful for this person who is driving him home, because the thought of driving to Philadelphia or to Pittsburgh this morning and back was not at the top of my list. So I have a cough drop in because, well, yeah, if you know, you know. So yeah, life is good. Some ups and downs. That's the way life rolls with us. So I do have. That's where my veggie sauce went. I'm like, where's that bag? I said, Bean and I have been cleaning while the boy child was away. We did some cleaning and rearranging yesterday. Made some good headway. I'm on round 2 of decluttering. My friend Kat and I, tomorrow on Monday, are going to do a round of, we're calling it 75 medium. So there's a thing called 75 hard and a 75 soft. We're sort of doing a mash of the two and then adding a few things. Now, each of our goals are going to be different. But one of the big ones for me is for 75 days straight, and if you skip a day, you have to start over. That's the key. So we're going to be logging food. I have to check my blood pressure daily and my A1C. I have to, what else did I just say? Oh, I'm going to do at least a 30-minute workout of some sort every day, be it biking, be it extra walking, but it has to be intentional workout, like intentional movement. I have to drink water, no more than 3 to 4 sodas a day, which sounds like a lot, but compared to what I've been drinking, because that's what I've been going on, survival of caffeine, that is a huge cut. My goal is 2 to 3 bottles of water a day. I forget what else I'm doing. I have to write them down so that I can check off, like, did I do it today, sort of thing. And again, remember, I am a pen and paper kind of girl. I am old. I know there may be an app for it. Well, my logging my like what I ate, I'll do on MyFitnessPal. So if you're on MyFitnessPal and you want to connect, let me know. Kelly has twins, because I'm Kelly and I have twins. I'm not real creative with names. I'd like to be, but I'm not. So there's that. That will start in tomorrow. I have my intern for one more week in the office, and then she'll go back to school, but we've already talked about her maybe working remotely at school, with, of course, the primary focus of that she should be is school. So that's kind of nice. And then she'll come home like on breaks or whatever and work on stuff. I registered the law firm for our celebration of death. That is the weekend right after Jeep Fest. So yeah, lots going on. Okay, I actually have haul. And wait till you guys see it. You're gonna laugh. So the only thing I bought this week, because I've been trying not to buy, I'm going to try a full coverage one. Now, that said, I did start it up here in the corner here. I don't know if it's because the little diamond doodads are not sparkly like the turtle. They're like matte finish. But I'm kind of like, meh. Or if it's that it's full coverage. I don't know. We're going to continue. I mean, the picture is absolutely adorable, right? I mean, how could you not? How could you not? And then Kim has suggested a container from Harbor Freight. Unfortunately, up here, those containers have been discontinued and none of my Harbor Freights have them. So that I can store the drills. And then I asked last week, what do I do with all the extras from the other kit? The goat had to scream. Sorry. And the problem really comes down to the fact that because I'm using like a generic kit, it's not like I'm using the same. It's not like DMC floss, if that makes sense. It's not like these numbers, the numbers that these were, will match anything else of the same number. There's no guarantee. So I've just been dumping into a jar. It's like my Ort jar. I don't keep my Orts for cross stitch, but I have a jar of sparkly doodads for diamond painting right now. And maybe when it's filled, I will just send it to Kim. Or to Tina Frazier, because I know she does a lot of diamond painting. I don't know. Or I'll find like a cosmetology, like a nail tech, who needs them for nail art. I don't know. I don't know. But for now, that's where they're going. That's where they're going. Okay. So, what did I work on? I'm so glad you asked. Besides some cleaning this last week, I actually did get quite a bit of stitching done. I feel like I got quite a bit of stitching done. So, not a whole lot on this piece, but that's okay. This is Lady Justice by Mirabilia. She is done on a 32 count even weave by Picture This Plus in the colorway Heroic, which I absolutely love. You guys know this. I say this all the time. I am doing a color conversion, quite clearly. And I worked some more on her dress. And I really do love her. I don't think she's going to be done in time for Janet's retirement. And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. Okay, what else did I work on? The other thing that I pulled out, because this weekend was 4th of July here in the States, is my Quaker flag sal from the Vivsters. This got started last year. Again, oh, that's the other thing. We don't judge how long it takes you to do a sal. Because for us, a sal means a start along. So we do not care. We do not care. Take all the time you need. Although I will say in August, who started it? Somebody is starting the abandoned sal, which I think is hysterical to name it that. I think that's awesome. It is started by Kenny Stitches for his birthday, and he's doing the abandoned sal for August. And so I likely will. I mean, look, I have never finished a sal with the group that I'm aware of. So, at least I don't recall. I don't recall finishing one. So I have a lot of them that have not been worked on in a while. So, yeah. So I will be picking one in August. I'm not sure which one yet. I might work on several. I did run across my Matryoshka doll one from Lakeside Needlework, and I might work on that one. I might work on my Blackwork one. I don't know. Okay, anyways, back to the sal at hand. So I am working this on Atomic Ranch Sky in an 18 count Aida. And I love this fabric. Don't get me wrong, I love the fabric. I have another piece of Sky from Atomic Ranch, and it's more modeled than this piece. So I wish it was a little bit more modeled. But anyways, I am, again, working on Quaker flags in the called for color. And I finished this motif, and I started this one and actually the one next to it. I did pluck out the white stitches that were in here. They weren't looking great, and honestly the blue is so faint that I don't think I'm going to stitch the white there. I'll be honest. I'll stitch the white for the stripes, but I don't think I'm going to fill in the white in here. Somebody tell me if that's blasphemy. I don't know. So I'm getting close to, I'm at 9.54%. Bless me. Godzilla. Before I set this down again, because, I would like to, I think if I finish this motif, it will put me over the 10% threshold. If I was really pushing life and gonna keep going, which I may, who knows? It's Kelly. We never know what she's gonna do. The motif here would be the halfway point of the blue. So maybe that should be the goal before I really put it down. But I would like to see this more in the rotation. But So I have one more piece that if you've been here with me for a while, you know what I'm going to pull out. And I am happy to report that I have a finish. I know. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. But I actually finished Fruits of Plenty from Madame Forco Embroidery. It was the 2021 sal. I started it back then. It's been, so here she is. Oh, she's so good. My two main colors are 310 and 646 by DMC. And then I pulled random colors, but I did keep the random colors for the most part in my bag. So the pink up here matches the pink down here, kind of thing. Oh, she's so good. And again, we don't care what your back looks like. Um, Now, what am I going to do with it? I don't know. It's going to go in the box of finishes because we all know that I hardly ever FFO anything. It does. It probably needs a good bath. Um, so yeah. So now my main focus, like that one has been, will now switch to pandemic. Um, right now, I believe I'm getting close. I'm over 20%. I'd like to get to by the end of the year on pandemic. I'd actually like to hit um, potentially the 50% mark. Right now I'm at 21.32%. So I would like to make that over to the 50% mark by the end of the year. That's at least of the base stitches. Um, so yeah. Do I have a hankering to have a new start? No, I really don't. Um, that's not to say in another week I may want to start something, but right now I have zero desire to start anything. I'm in the let's get it finished and out of the whip pile frame of mind, I guess. Um, so yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. So that's all I got. That's all I got. It's it is what it is. So I'm gonna now that the rain has kind of moved along. I don't like all that's gonna the little bit of rain is all it's gonna do is make it more humid and muggy. I think Bean and I are gonna go get chicken nuggets and Menchie's. I know we live on the edge of excitement, but I figure that one of the deals. Oh, one of my new rules for my 75 soft is I'm going to limit eating out to no more than 3 to 4 times a week, which is a huge cut down for me. Um, Especially like lunch or like so um yeah, I need to write these things down. Did anybody write them down for me? If you did, could you send me the list? Anyways, I'm gonna let you go so you can go to your next Flosstube and have some fun. I hope you had a safe, enjoyable week. I hope next week brings you lots of goodness as well. So with that said, remember, you are smart. And you... Oh, before I start that, I did do one other big thing. I finally went and saw my boudoir photo shoot. Remember I had that? And I was supposed to go see the pictures before, and I got sick, and something happened with Elmo got down, and I've been putting it off. Well, I finally went. Y'all, holy Moses. I don't know that there was one, like, so we went through the album. She had done each picture in the color and in black and white. And there was still there was probably close to 100 like just color photos. And so we went down and we tried to narrow it down. Like we were just like, okay, if you had to pick one or the other, which one would you go? And then like narrow it down and stuff. Um, I figured it'd be really easy because I didn't think I'd really like any of them. I know that sounds horrible. That has nothing to do with Kat's skills. That has everything to do with how I feel about my body. And I am. There were like a small handful where I was like, not my favorite, but they're not horrible. Um, we pointed out, like she pointed out several things. Um, but I have never seen photos of my, like even on my wedding day, I wasn't feeling like I was beautiful. And I looked at some of these pictures and were like, that belongs in a magazine. It was, and then I had to stop myself and go, and that's you. Or there were a couple, and I was like, oh, that would be good on a smut book. Like, on one of those, like, romance novels. I was like, oh, that would make a great cover. And then again, I had to stop myself and go, and that's you. And Kat's really good in the fact that, like, she knows me from Jeep Babe events and stuff. And at one point, she's like, you're overwhelmed, aren't you? And I was like, yeah, can we just take a second? And she's like, absolutely. Like, absolutely. And I did put in an order. Now, come on, they're boudoir photos. I am not going to be like, I don't really see me posting maybe one of that, like, because some of them are not risque, like, are not R-rated or above. There's a couple. My favorite is me in my Jeep Babe jacket, and it's open with, you know, like my black bra underneath, but I'm like this, and I'm smiling, and it's so me. And even the headshots that she did for the business are just, yeah, they're good. And it was amazing to again look at a huge album of photos and go, oh my God. And there's one where, like, the scar on my stomach from the brain surgeries. And everybody asks, what do you mean in your stomach for brain surgeries? I have a VP, 8 of the brain surgeries are for a VP shunt. So there's a tube that runs from the back of my head, across my shoulder, and down, and then the extra tubing is in my stomach. So to get that there, they fish it through your, like, an incision in your stomach. Well, they went into the same spot several times. So that incision is pretty intense, that scar. And you can clearly see it in some of the photos. And I was like, oh, and she goes, you know, we can airbrush them out. Like, we can Photoshop them out. And I was like, and I hesitated, and I go, no, that's part of my story. And to know that I've healed that much, because if you had asked me a couple years ago, I would have been like, yes, please. And to now be like, no, you know, it's okay. Anybody who loves me enough to see these pictures has already seen the scar. They already know the story. And more importantly, I know the story. So I want to really encourage people to not necessarily go have a boudoir session. Like, look, I had a great time. I was exhausted. I was bent around like a pretzel. Laughed, cried, did all the things. But what was interesting is I had posted that, you know, like, what an amazing experience on my Facebook page and stuff. And my friend Jamie, who's also a Jeep Babe, who knows Kat and stuff, and she's like, so what did you learn, and what are you going to take into your life going forward? And I've been pondering this. And one of the things that really stuck out is trust the experts. Trust the experts. Sometimes it's okay to admit, I don't have a clue how to do that. And walk alongside somebody who does. So trust the experts. The other thing is, the mirror's a liar. The mirror can be a liar. Because the mirror is a reflection of what you see. And sometimes it's like looking into, like, the circus mirror or the funhouse mirror, because our lens towards ourselves is skewed. And sometimes you need a good friend who says, step out of the funhouse and let's look in a real mirror. And that's what happened. So I'm going to encourage you guys as my watchers, all, you know, 300 of you or 400 of you. I mean, I don't have that many subscribers. To take off the lens of the trauma that you've been through. Take off the lenses of the hurts or the tapes that play in your head from when you were a kid and somebody was telling you you weren't the pretty one. You are the pretty one. They may not see it. And they may not see it because their own lenses don't allow them to. Okay? So again, that says more about them than it does about you. So, and again, trust the experts. I went into that photo shoot going, I don't know. This is my goal. Help me reach it. Because you're the expert. And it went fantastic. So, I did, as a result, spend a little bit more than I wanted to on pictures, or what I had in my brain, on pictures, because I didn't expect to really like any. So, thank God Kat does a payment plan. And yeah, so with that said, again, I hope you're doing amazing. And remember, you are smart. And you are beautiful. You are cherished. And you are strong. You are loved. You are needed. And you are wanted. And mostly, you matter. So if you need me, reach out, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.